Man, I wish I had a genie that would just sort this entire room and I can get to shooting videos and doing claim sales if I just snap my finger, you know?
What the hell? Where am I? Did you just snap me into existence? Hey! Is this the new West Coast Avengers headquarters? This is looking good, man. I see a spot where I can crash on your couch. Great spot to film over there. While I'm in your room just floating around, let me show you what I just got at the last flea market I went to. I found a Batman 423 awesome McFarlane cover on it. Second printing, but I don't have it. Super cool. I also found First Jubilee X-Men 244. Got these for a couple bucks. They're just on some dude's table. Check out this.
West Coast Avengers, get out of my room, Dave, you creep.
YouTube people, welcome to the West Coast Avengers! First show of 2022. Happy New Year. I hope everybody is well. If you're wondering why I'm so goddamn loud, I moved to a house in Tacoma. I no longer live in Seattle. I love Seattle. Much respect to Seattle. With Saeed! So I don't have to use my neighborly quiet voice. This room is going to be for claim sales, for comics. So welcome in. And once again, Happy New Year. There's absolutely no fun in moving, but I'm excited to be set up. I started helping out the Secret Spot in organizing their comics. And eventually, it won't be a secret spot, but for now it is. And so I'm helping to sort books. I get first pick of what I want to buy at a decent discount. So let's jump right into it of the first pickups of 2022. We'll start out with a nice little heap of Usagi Yojimbo, the Stan Sakai book from Fantagraphics. I got a nice little stack of them, including Space Usagi #1, Space Usagi #2, and Space Usagi #3, the limited series. After Fantagraphics published the original series, Mirage started doing their tie-ins with the Turtles, and you get this little series. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Obviously, like a lot of us as a kid, I was not aware of Usagi's existence in comics outside of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. So my introduction to him was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures and the series, and now I own the stuff that predates that, which is really cool. I picked this up, and this is Usagi Yojimbo #1, first printing, Fantagraphics, 1986, Stan Sakai, creator, artist, writer. Stan Sakai is responsible for so much interesting stuff. Him and Sergio Aragones were pretty tight and did some work together. But one of the weird, cool little facts I found out recently, when Miracle Man had come out, the Alan Moore series, they did a signed edition at San Diego Comic-Con, 400 copies. The certificate of authenticity that they gave with that book was designed by Stan Sakai. I imagine he's had his hands in so many different things that I'm not aware of, but I feel like I discover something new about Stan Sakai every day. I'd love to meet Stan Sakai. You know what I say, when you see Todd, you buy Todd. Just picked up a couple extra issues of Early Spawn, #2, first appearance of Violator. This is #3, and #10, the Dave Sim Cerebus issue. It's a very meta comic that Dave Sim wrote and Todd McFarlane drew, and this was part of the run where McFarlane had hired the greatest comic book creators to do a Spawn story. So you had Dave Sim doing one, you had Neil Gaiman doing the legendary #9, first appearance of Angela in Medieval Spawn, the most expensive comic ever made. Frank Miller did an issue, and Alan Moore did an issue, and they're actually quite great. They're weird, but they're great. Speaking of, this I had never seen before, and I picked up at Destiny City Comics in Tacoma. It's just a Spawn ash can, but another piece for the McFarlane collection of something I don't own. And when you see Todd, you buy Todd. Ooh, how about this one? One I've been after for a while. Hellboy Seed of Destruction, #1, the first ongoing Hellboy series, not the first appearance of Hellboy, but Mike Mignola setting a legendary precedence for independent and creator-owned books. If you've never read Hellboy for some reason, you should get on it. I have read, I think, every single Hellboy story that Mignola wrote. It's one of the best. I did manage to get this, which is New Mutants number 18, first appearance of Demon Bear, but I think you know what's so important about this. If you've watched this show before, you know that I love Bill Sienkiewicz. Bill Sienkiewicz. I'm never going to stop. I would love to meet Bill Sienkiewicz. I'd love to have Bill Sienkiewicz come on the channel and we could just talk about his work. Or he can tell me that I'm an idiot for singing these songs. This is New Mutants number 18. Bill Sienkiewicz cover, Bill Sienkiewicz art, part of the iconic run he did on New Mutants. The thing about Sienkiewicz is he has a style onto himself. There is nobody that illustrates and paints and does the things he does. His art just tells such an abstract, beautiful story that you almost don't need a writer. Chris Claremont wrote this. He was doing every X-Men related book under the sun at the time. Pretty confident in saying that you could have just had Sienkiewicz get an outline and his art would tell a story. I think of Sienkiewicz as the David Lynch of comic book art, where like it's very abstract, but at the same time, like it's so beautiful. I'm just obsessed with his art. I think he's one of the greatest. And I love the fact that when you look at his name, your brain says Sienkiewicz. So if anybody knows Bill Sienkiewicz, please let him know that this channel dedicates some of its idiot brain to the beauty of his art and the catchiness of his name. Sienkiewicz. Another one I picked up yesterday. This is G.I. Joe number 21. Iconic cover, but more iconic, it is the Larry Hama wordless Snake Eyes story. It's one of the most unique stories ever put into comics. And it works. It works. If you have a chance to read this, it's a pretty expensive book. So if you have a chance to read this on the Marvel app or in reprints, do yourself a favor. This is the second copy that I found in the last year, but this is a first print, and I'm excited to have found that. This store is having me organize a lot of books for them, and then I'm getting some credit and a deep discount. So I found this one while I was organizing, a Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos number 49. But what's cool about it, it's signed by Dick Ayers. Dick Ayers is the artist along with John Severin for this cover. I know that this is a real autograph, but I wanted to double check. And what's cool about it is he signed all of these Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos all in the same spot. So if you go and take a look at signed books from Dick Ayers online, if you Google search him, you'll always find that he signed right there on the cover. This is pretty cool. I love John Severin's artwork. I probably know a ton of Dick Ayers, a Marvel artist from the 60s and probably later. But I thought this was really neat. And going along with that, one of my other favorite artists that I try and pick up stuff from is Jim Steranko. And Steranko, one of his runs that he's known for is his Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. And so I picked up number 3. Beautiful cover, haunting cover too. And you could see that Steranko was influenced by a lot of the horror artists, the darker artists of the times with this cover. But more iconic is his cover for Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 4. This cover I put in probably the top 10 most iconic Silver Age covers that Marvel had. I mean, it's not Spider-Man number 1 or Fantastic Four number 1, but geez, look at that cover. Look at the design. He worked with Kirby, and he developed his own style that was, I don't even know what to put this as. Like, maybe if you look at like movie poster art from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you can see that he was heavily influenced by that. He's got this sense of design. He's created so many different iconic covers from Marvel. You look at the Hulk giant size, and there's another one that's influenced by Dolly. That's Steranko's take on Dolly. But nice little fun stack of books that I got the beginning of 2022, which is good. This is the year that I take my idea and flesh it out and make it bigger. Now that I'm in a bigger space and I've got a dedicated room and I've got a dedicated audience that's growing by the day, and I'm excited. I'm gonna start shooting some more footage soon, and we'll get to digging footage and maybe even digging with friends. I will hopefully be taking a trip to the Bay Area to go hang out with Dave Korea, the genius, but not the genie. And I appreciate everybody following along. We're almost at 500 followers, so please recommend this channel to anybody that you know that likes comics. Hit the like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Comment below, interact. Come visit me on Instagram. There's a link tree below with links to my Instagram, my whatnot, Dave's art store, and plenty of other things. Happy New Year from the West Coast Avengers!
Hey, Dave, I'm in the woods. Not really sure how I got here. When you get a chance, can you, come find me? It's getting dark soon.
Gotta get this in a bag and board, dog.